Alright lads, so a quick warning at the start of the video, we are going to be talking about some data mined information regarding skills that have been recently added to the game as part of the new version 14 update. So it does include skills that you might potentially see tomorrow, maybe some new mechanics that might get shown tomorrow morning. If you don't know, in less than 24 hours time as of me making this video, we are going to be getting the 7th anniversary character reveal on the 7th anniversary Banker livestream. I will be live streaming it, so feel free to hop in, but at the same time, in case you don't want to know what the character might actually have, maybe you want to go into that reveal blind and get surprised by the potential new mechanic that character might actually have, then don't watch the rest of this video. But for those that want to get some extra bit of information early in regards to what the character might have, potentially what the second part of the anniversary might have, the end of month banner, then continue watching. So let's talk about it. So as always, a shout out to both Hiken and Soldex for giving us information a tad bit earlier. We have a lot to talk about here. So firstly, let's look at the top. Using Bleach Game's common character status, boost gauge. So that's the first thing you're going to notice. This new character potentially coming up for the 7th anniversary is going to have some type of gauge mechanic where it will slowly build up by doing something, and when you fully complete the gauge, something happens. And the current assumption is to get that gauge up, you need to use strong attacks. It could be taking damage, it could be doing damage, it could be killing enemies. We don't know, but the current assumption right now is the more strong attacks you use, the quicker that gauge starts to build up. Here is a quick mock-up design on what it could potentially look like. And you might be wondering, what exactly do you get when you fill that gauge? Well, the current thing that we have now is, as you can see here, has full gauge cooltime reduce rate. So essentially it's a skill that reduces your strong attack recharge when the gauge is full. So similar to the characters like Spiritath, Eviratsu, the Tyrant's Aspiration Baragon, and also the Swimsuit Usane, when they're at full stamina, they get that extra bit of recharge. In this case, when your gauge is full, you also get more recharge. So we don't know the exact percentage. It could be 6% similar to the Retsu skill, for example. It could be a tad bit more as it does require more working towards. So we'll find out more information about that sometime next week, potentially even tomorrow on the live stream if they do show the anniversary character gameplay, which they should do. In addition to that, it also looks like you can get another bonus when actually getting your gauge full, as it does say here, reduce cooldown once, and then has a float rate. So what Hiken mentions here is that this skill potentially might give you a free strong attack cast, like one big cooldown when the gauge is full. So maybe like a transform mechanic, when you transform, right, and you get all your strong attacks back. In this case, it might be the same thing. You can use all 3 strong attacks, your gauge gets full, and then all 3 strong attacks instantly come back straight away. That right there, if that is the case, is going to be quite OP in my opinion, especially if you can do it multiple times for a quest. In comparison to transform characters, where they also, again, once more get their strong attack reset, it's essentially only once a quest when you use your soul bomb. If this can happen multiple times in a quest, that will quite frankly be overpowered in my opinion, and that's exactly one way how you would make a character like a 7th anniversary character more powerful than someone like 6th anniversary Aizen, for example. And that's basically all the information that we have right now in regards to this new, gauge character, right? It's very likely to be on the 7th anniversary character, as I don't see them introducing it on end of month. Like, end of month is probably going to have some good characters, really top tier characters like every single year, but new mechanics like this will also get introduced on the anniversary character. And again, as I mentioned a minute ago, this is definitely one way to make a character exciting, original, and potentially more overpowered than our last anniversary character, which was 6th anniversary Aizen. Moving away from that, there was this one line that I thought was kind of interesting regarding player count. So they basically added some stuff to quests. Now some quests are going to have less than 3 characters or more than 3 characters. It's currently unsure. This is again the message that Hiken has left. So this could be some potential new quest come into the game where you're forced to bring 1 character or potentially more than 3. We don't entirely know. I'm kind of interested in this particular quest because we have seen in the past there are quests where you can only bring 1 character, for example something like Senkamon, but more than 3, that's something that we've never basically seen before outside of just co-op quests, for example. So that was kind of interesting. We don't know if this could potentially even mean anything. It might not, but if we do find out sometime in the future, let's say a new quest comes out and you need to bring 1 character, maybe more than 3, then we'll know that this line of text was potentially referring to that particular quest. The line under that is a new type of potential skill. Essentially, what Hiken has laid out here is that it's a status element resistance that you're going to give to your teammates. And that right there, I think is really interesting for the future of co-op type of a quest. Because obviously right now, originally when we started to get characters with team skills, it was always 20% strong attack damage to a certain affiliation. And then we also had other characters that would give 20% more damage to enemies that have been inflicted with a status summon. Now we started to see some characters give straight up normal attack damage and strong attack damage to the entire attribute, and that is really good. But how do you expand upon that and give other characters different type of things? And this one right here is definitely a way in doing that, by giving your team an entire basically status immunity. And depending on where you're using this character, this could be really beneficial for your entire team. So one example I can give right now is, imagine a Guild Quest character that is designed to be used in the melee Hollow Weaker Guild Quest. They do a lot of damage in that particular quest, and at the same time they make your entire team immune to poison. That would be really good, because then it means you don't have to worry about your second and third character needing to have any resistant links or any bonus abilities to make sure they are immune to poison, or any other status summon or any other quest you decide to use that character in. At the same time, a skill like that would also be really beneficial in co-op type of content, especially if we ever get harder content in the future. But right now, more specifically in something like Ultra IT, for example, being able to make your entire team just immune to a status summon would definitely be a nice quality of life for that entire team. So I like the idea of it, and I can't wait to see what Caleb might expand on that sometime in the future, outside of just giving our team more damage. Other than that, we have a new skill coming to the game. This is most likely going to be for an end of month character, maybe a new Brave Battle character, which is something that we should expect when it comes to Anniversary Part 2. We always kind of get like a Brave Battle character. So now that we have this skill DATAMINED, I'm kind of thinking that, yeah, whatever's coming out at the end of the month, one of them is very likely to be another non-attack damaging character that is designed for Brave Battles. In this case, we have a new skill where when your teammates die, you get more normal attack damage. That's what Hikan has laid out. Again, it could be different. We don't entirely know. This is DATAMINED information. But honestly, that's kind of interesting. I like the idea of it. And again, because of the way it's set up, you want your teammates to die. That's why I think it's a Brave Battle skill, because I wouldn't really see the usage of it in co-op content or arena. But maybe it would be. If you have bad teammates, then you can get buff from it. Maybe that'd be a good idea in co-op content to counteract bad teammates. But I think it's more so of a Brave Battle skill where, you know, you bring two characters, they end up dying, and maybe you're a really tanky character and you just get more no attack damage by having those two teammates dying. And the big question I have right now is, as a character, if my teammate dies but has the last ditch, do I still get that boost, or do I have to wait for the character to fully die? If that's the case, this technically could be a way to counter the ignore last ditch meta, by making it so, you know what, if you bring Kuriyashiki and someone like Impassion, you kill my two teammates very quickly and they don't revive because you have ignore last ditch, I'm then getting a massive normal attack damage buff. So that could be interesting to see how that plays out. Again, with the nature of it, because it's potentially a Brave Battle skill, we might potentially see that sometime at the end of the month. And then lastly, we have Gacha has been added to quest type. Other quest types are Arena, PvP, ER, GQ, Co-op, and Regular. So potentially a new type of quest that is regarding summoning. That's kind of interesting. Again, we don't really know what this could mean. It could mean nothing. But at the same time, maybe BBS is going down that route where I've seen a lot of other Gacha games do it, where you play an event, you get maybe these tokens or tickets where you can then use them to summon to get certain goodies. Not characters, it could just be items, it could be rare items, for example. If that's what they're potentially doing, that would be kind of a cool idea. But it really comes down to how Caleb want to actually handle that type of event if they do decide to go down that route. But either way, that's basically all the information that we have today regarding all the stuff that was added with version 14.0. Interesting stuff coming our way. Again, a quick recap for those that are maybe a tad bit overwhelmed and still stay to the end. Essentially, a new gauge mechanic is coming out with the potential 7th anniversary character. We also have a new type of Gacha Quest coming out, whatever that could potentially mean. And there's two new skills coming into the game. One that gives status elements to yourself and your entire team, and the second one giving either your teammates normal attack damage when you die, or when your teammates die, you get a normal attack damage increase. So some interesting mechanics coming away, and I'm definitely looking forward to it. Again, tomorrow afternoon, at least for me in the UK, at 12 PM sharp is when we are getting the 7th anniversary reveal. I will be live streaming it. I'm excited for it. Hopefully lads are too. We're finally going to get the answer we've been waiting for. Who is going to be the 7th anniversary character? With that said, hope you lads enjoyed the video, and I'll see you lads next time. Peace.